Hi everybody, it's Lisa. Hi there. Okay, I started the class, and so now you should have a green join class button available to you. It should be at the top right of your screen. I see people have found it, so you're coming in. That's good. Just click on the join class button and you will come into the Google Hangouts, and we will get this class started. I'm going to start by introducing myself, and I'm going to be talking a little bit here while people are coming into the Google Hangouts. It usually takes a couple of minutes to get settled in to class here. I see we have a lot of people joining, and we might be full. If you are watching the class right now, you're watching and hoping to get in, you might want to stick around for a little while, because sometimes it happens that people come in and then they need to leave, or their internet connection has a glitch or something happens, and so they lose their connection. And if somebody leaves the Google Hangout, then the green join class button will appear again, and then you'll be able to come into the Google Hangout. Also, all of the classes are recorded and they're streaming live, so if you just want to hang around and listen to us talk, we're going to be reading an article which I'm going to give to you on a Google Doc so I can make the font bigger and everybody can see it really well. We'll be reading out loud, and then we'll also be having a conversation. Hello. And so we're going to get started here. It looks like we have a lot of new people here. It's 1 o'clock my time, so usually I do classes either earlier in the morning or later in the evening, but I had some time today, so I'm doing 2 classes right in a row. Hi, cousin. I see some people are in the Verbling chat, and that's fine. If you want to type in the Verbling text box over here, you can do that and ask questions and also make comments if you want. Okay? So I'm going to introduce myself first, then I'm going to ask everybody who's in the Google Hangout with us here to say your name and tell us where you're from. Okay? And then we will get started with class. All right, my name is Lisa, and I live in the United States. I live in the state of Washington, which is in the Pacific Northwest. So that means it's in the northwest part of the country, and it's bordered on the Pacific Ocean there, and Canada's right above us. All right, so I'm going to start over here on the my far right, and I can't read it because it's in Arabic, so maybe somebody else can read it for me.
Yeah, it's Abdurrahman or Abu Abdurrahman.
Okay. And are you there? I don't know. Okay, yes. Next one. Tarik, are you there?
Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm Tarik. I'm from Yemen.
Wonderful. Welcome. And is it Gimel? Simel?
I'm here.
Okay, hi. How do you say your name?
My name is Shimal. I live in Istanbul from Turkey.
Okay, Shimal. Great. Wonderful. Welcome. And Samir, are you there?
Yes, hello.
Hi there. Welcome.
I'm Samir Mutlaq. I live in Syria.
In Syria. Wonderful.
Damascus.
Okay. And Med, are you there?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. I am Mohammed from Tunisia.
Tunisia. Okay, wonderful. And Louise, are you there? Hi. Is your microphone on? Louise, can you hear me? Maybe check on your microphone or turn your volume up. I'll go over here to Hussein.
Yes.
Hi.
I'm Hussein. I'm from Turkey. I live in Istanbul.
Okay, wonderful. And Ernesto?
Hola, hi.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Ernesto. I'm from Peru, the west, the middle west. The department is called Lima.
Okay. Okay, thank you. And hello, Akhala.
Hi, Lisa. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm fine. This is Ahla. I'm from Saudi Arabia.
You have a new picture on today.
Yeah, I have a child catching a rainbow.
Yeah, nice. Okay, great. And I'm going to try one more time with Louise. Did you get your microphone to work, Louise? I think you did. You want to introduce yourself? I think it's working because I see a green line. Just try talking. Luis? Okay, maybe he doesn't hear me. All right. Okay, so today we're going to be practicing speaking, and I have, first of all, an article that I read, or I heard about it the other day. It's took place a little while ago, but I thought it was kind of interesting and might be a good topic of discussion for us. As many of you know, Verbling is kind of a special website in that the idea is we want to give many people opportunities to speak the language that they're learning, and during the classes right now we only offer classes in English, so the idea is that you'll have lots of opportunities to speak and listen and read and write in English. So today I want to make sure we do a lot of speaking. So I will try to not do so much speaking and instead have you guys do more speaking. Let me just check here in the chat. Okay, there. I'm going to mostly be using the Verbling chat, so if you want to keep your text in the Verbling chat, that way you'll make sure that I see it. Okay, has everybody gone to the Google Doc? If not, I'm going to put the link in the text box right now. That is a link to the Google box, and it's going to have the article that we're going to read. Okay, everybody looks like people are there. So it's not very long, but I'm going to try to make sure everybody gets a chance to read a little bit, and then after that we will have a discussion about it. Okay? All right, here's some people having their own chat in the Hangout chat. All right, I'm going to stay here. I'm going to put it in the screen share just because, like I mentioned before, these classes are being recorded, and so somebody might want to come back later and check this out. It does look like we have quite a few people viewing the class, which is always nice. Welcome. All right, let's get started. I'll read the top. This is an article. I put the link to where I got it from at the very bottom, but we'll just start reading it here. It's about this French teacher who was fired for allowing 18-year-old students to drink wine during a trip to France. So the top part here is kind of some bullet points and some of the main topics or the main ideas of this story, and then after the bullet points is the actual article. Okay, Akhila, you want to read the first 3 bullet points for us?
Okay. The first one, teacher fired from 40,000 US dollars a year Manhattan School to Danielle Bentwell allowed 6 girls wine with meal. She obtained parents' permission before trip to France.
Okay, so those are kind of what we call the highlights or the main parts of the story. So it gives us an idea of what it's going to be about. And then now we're going to go through taking turns reading different paragraphs. And I want to start with Ernesto. You want to read the first paragraph for us?
Oh, sure, it's okay. A French teacher has been fired from a $40,000 a year Manhattan school for allowing their 80-year-old students to have a glass of wine during the school trip to France.
Great. It was a little bit. Your microphone is a little bit has some noise in it, and I couldn't hear your voice that well. I'm gonna reread the paragraph just so everybody can also Here. A French teacher has been fired from a $40,000 a year Manhattan prep school for allowing her 18-year-old students to have a glass of wine during a school trip to France. Okay, Hussein, you want to read the next one where it says, her name is French,
Yes.
so it's Danielle Benatoui or something like that.
Daniel Bonafil was let go from the prestigious Cullen School on the Upper West Side for letting 6 girls enjoy the traditional French beverage, despite getting their parents' permission beforehand. The rule-breaking was discovered when the girls presented a video to their fellow students, which depicts them sipping red wine.
Mm-hmm. Which depicted them sipping red wine. Okay,
Depicted.
great. Good.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Let's see who's next here. Louise, did you get your microphone to work? Louise, are you there? Okay, I'm gonna skip over Louise. Louise, get your microphone to work, or I'm gonna have to kick you out of the Google Hangouts because we have more than 20 people who want to get into the class. So if your microphone doesn't work, then I'm gonna let somebody else in. Med, how about you? You ready to read?
Okay.
Breaking rules.
Breaking rules. The teacher allows 6 18 years old girls to have a glass of wine with a male during a school trip to France.
Right, to
Mis-
France.
To France.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Binatul, French native who had worked at Cologne for 13 years, was fired as the glass of wine broke the school's zero tolerance policy.
Right. Okay, great. Thank you. Tolerance. And Samir.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, you go ahead and start from the Ms. Benatoui sued the school.
Ms. Panatil sued the school for wrongful termination, but the school decision was upheld by Manhattan State Supreme Court, as she had failed to also get permission from the school board. Judge Shlomo Hogler ruled.
Good. All right, thank you. And Shimal.
The teacher, who now works at a public school nearby, defended her decision, saying a glass of wine with a meal is a vital part of exploring French culture and cuisine. The New York Daily News reports.
Right. Okay, good. The only word I would say, this word right here, you say vital. That's how you pronounce that word, vital.
Teacher,
Okay.
what does it mean, vital? I don't know.
Okay, so it says in this sentence, a glass of wine with a meal is a vital part of exploring French culture. It means important. So it's
okay, I understand.
Yeah. Okay. And Tarik, you want to read sacked?
Yes.
Why don't you read those two right there?
Okay, sacked. Miss Venturi was fired from the Corin School in Montana's Upper West Side for breaking the zero tolerance policy on alcohol. Having a glass of wine with a meal is absolutely a big part of the French cultural experience. She said it is very traditional, like having a hamburger in New York.
Okay. And down here, the next one. Oops, sorry. Okay. I forgot how to say your name. Akhala, what's his name?
Me?
Yes, yeah.
Samir.
Yeah, how do you say your name?
Okay. My name is Mahmoud. I'm from Egypt.
Mahmoud, okay. Can you please read the next one, however?
Okay. However, the school board didn't feel the same and react strongly to the video being displayed in front of students upon their return from the 2010 trip. It was very difficult to witness children having alcohol, given the expectations of our school. One administrator at the $39,900 a year, school had told Miss Benatwell, according to a court papers.
Right, good. And I think we have a new person. Anatoly, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hello.
Okay, how about you read the last paragraph we have right there?
Okay, I can just try.
See it?
So, yes. So Miss Benato had sold $120,000 in compensation, representing 1 year's salary and benefits from alcohol, and her lover, Preston Leshins, is now considering an appeal.
Okay, great. All right, everybody had a chance to read. Now we're going to go back, and I'm going to read one part at a time, and then we're going to ask you guys some questions about the article. Okay, I'm going to read this too because we have a lot of people viewing, and also if people watch it later, you can get the correct English pronunciation. Okay, it says, French teacher fired for allowing 18-year-old students to drink wine during trip to France. Teacher fired from $40,000 a year Manhattan school. Danielle Benatouille allowed 6 girls wine with meal. She obtained parents' permission before trip to France. Okay, Akela, why was she fired?
Because she let 18-year-old students to have wine with their meal in France during their trip in France.
Yeah, and do you know that what the age limit for drinking is in the United States?
18?
No.
21?
Yes, 21.
21.
Yes. So.
Seriously.
Yeah. Seriously. Okay. Yes. 21 is the age limit in the United States for people to drink. So the reason why this was a what we call a no-no, something that the students weren't supposed to do, is because of the laws in the United States. I'm pretty sure that in France it's probably 18, maybe even 16. I'm not sure. Does anybody know what the drinking? It's called the drinking age. It's the age at which you can drink alcohol legally. Does anybody know? I think it's 18. So in France, it's perfectly okay for the girls to drink wine. And Anatoly, I don't know if you were following along, but here we find it in the very beginning here in the bullet points. Was it okay for them to drink? Did their parents say it was okay?
No, I think
No, of course not.
If they fired him.
Right. So this is a lady that they fired, but this tells us right here. What does that mean? She obtained parents' permission before a trip to France. What does it mean to have parents' permission?
Get permission to go the trip.
Right. So was it okay with the parents that their daughters could drink wine?
Well, I think no.
Who says yes and who says no?
Yeah.
I think yes.
Yes.
No.
Yeah,
She got permission.
Yes, so that's what it means. She got their permission. She obtained means she got. Okay?
Yes.
So obtained is she got their permission. So that means before they took the trip to France, the parents of these girls gave them permission to drink. Okay? All right, let's go to the next one. A French teacher has been fired from a $40,000 a year Manhattan prep school for allowing her 18-year-old students to have a glass of wine during a school trip to France. Okay, what is a prep school? Ernesto, do you know what a prep school is?
It's a place where students study to get into college.
Yes. Okay, so yes. So this is a private prep school, and it is a high school that prepares students for college. All right. And how much does it cost a year to go to the prep school, Ernesto?
$40,000. No, see, $40,000
Yeah.
per year.
Is that expensive or cheap?
No, it's so expensive.
That's very expensive.
year, huh?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Yes, I know. Okay. All right. Hussein.
Yes.
Do you think that in your country they have prep schools that cost $40,000 a year?
So expensive.
Yeah. That's
I study private school. I pay for school.
Yeah.
$30,000. 30,000 million. So $7,000
for
1 year.
For 1 year for high school or for college?
College.
Oh yeah, for college. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this is a pretty expensive school. And so I think the teacher didn't really even make that much money. It's just the students had to pay that money. Okay. All right. The next paragraph reads, Danielle Benatoui was let go from the prestigious Calhoun School on the Upper West Side for letting 6 girls enjoy the traditional French beverage, despite getting their parents' permission beforehand. The rule breaking was discovered when the girls presented a video to their fellow students which depicted them sipping red wine. All right, let's just go one sentence at a time here. Danielle Benatoui was let go from the prestigious Calhoun School. Let's go there. All right, what does it mean, prestigious? Let's see. Maha, you just joined us. Are you there? Maha? Okay, who knows what prestigious means? What is prestigious?
Prestigious, like official.
Okay, go ahead.
Respected.
Well respected, yeah, tarik. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so prestigious means like very well respected, very important, very fancy. All right, it's on the Upper West Side. And what does it mean to have why are they saying that it's a traditional French beverage? What does that mean if it's a traditional French beverage? Samir, you know?
I think it's a habit by the French culture. That's what they mean.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anything is traditional. So, Samir, in your culture, do you have a traditional drink? What would that be?
Tea.
Yeah? What kind of tea? Like a black tea, a green tea, or herbal tea?
Red tea and Arabic coffee.
Okay, and the coffee. Right. Because is it true that in Arab countries there's not much drinking? Alcohol?
Yes.
So
it's not allowed.
Yes.
It's forbidden.
It's
forbidden.
forbidden.
Yes.
Forbidden. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So so despite, here's a word that you use in English a lot. Despite getting their parents' permission beforehand. So
excuse me,
yes.
but it is forbidden by the Arabic culture, not by the state.
Okay, good. That's a good
just to clarify. Yes.
Okay, Samir. So does that mean that if somebody goes, what country do you live in, Samir?
Syria.
Syria. So if somebody goes to Syria but they're not Muslim, can they find alcohol somewhere?
Yes, of course.
Okay. All right. Okay. I've never been. Okay, the word despite, it means even though. So another way to say that would be even though they got their parents' permission, she still got in trouble is basically what happened. All right, the rule breaking. What is it, rule breaking? What does it mean to break a rule? Hussein?
Yes.
No. What does it mean to break a rule?
Rule breaking? Yeah, I know.
What does it mean?
but I'm not expression.
Okay. So
Not
if you,
respect the law.
yes.
The rule.
Can it be
To-
highlights?
yes.
Doesn't following the
Yes. So the rule breaking, that part right there. If you break the rule, that means you do something that you're not supposed to do. I'm writing it in the chat there. Do something you're not supposed to do. So, apparently, not only is it, you know, in the United States you can't drink until 21, but also it appears to be a rule of the school too. No drinking at the school or at school functions. Okay. So how did they find out that the girls had been drinking? It says right here in this sentence, Tarik, how did they find out that the girls were drinking?
They discover video for their friends or their students. They discover video for them when they were drink red wine.
Yes. Yeah, so it sounds like what happened is they came back from their trip and they were showing their friends a video, and part of that video, it says here the word depicted, which means showed. It showed them sipping red wine, so taking a little drink of
What
red
does it
wine.
mean? Sorry, what does it mean depicted?
Yeah,
is
right
it like
there.
proof?
It means showed. I wrote it in the Verbling chat. So you could say it showed them sipping the red wine. So depicted, it just means showed. Showed them. Okay. So this is a kind of a title. It's in the middle of the article. Breaking rules. The teacher allowed 6 18-year-old girls to have a glass of wine with a meal during a school trip to France. Ms. Benetoué, French native who had worked at Calhoun for 13 years, was fired as the glass of wine broke the school's zero tolerance policy. So based on the reading here, what do we think zero tolerance policy means? What is a zero tolerance? Ernesto, do you have any idea what they mean by zero tolerance?
No tolerance.
Right. No tolerance. That means if you break the rule, you're going to get punished. Sorry, you're going to get punished. And the way that they punished her, I just heard somebody say it. How did they punish this?
They fire her.
Yes, they fired
Very
her.
stiff.
Yes, very hard. You could say that's a harsh punishment, right? And the reason why they fired her was because why? Here we go. Right here. Why did they fire her? It says it right there in that highlighted part there. Let's see. Maha, are you there? Maha?
Yes.
Hi there. Have you been able to follow along with the article?
Yes.
Okay, do you see here with the part that I highlighted? It says she had failed to also get permission from the school board. So she got permission from the parents. The parents said okay, but the school board didn't even know that she was going to do that. So she should have gotten permission from them too. Does anybody know what a school board is? What is a school board?
Education committee.
Management board.
Yep.
Education.
Administration.
Yes.
Administration
Good. I heard it. So I've heard administration or management, and since this is a private school, it's run like a business, and so they have a board, just like a business has a board of directors. Schools have a board also, and they have maybe like a president, and they have a vice president, and they maybe have a secretary, and they are the ones that make the rules and enforce the rules of the school. So that it's a group of people, okay, who run the school. And they did not know that she was planning on doing this, I guess. Okay? So now that she got fired, where does she work now? In this paragraph right here, this one sentence, actually. Where does she work now?
At a public school
Yes.
nearby.
She works at a public school in New York. And what's the difference between a private school and a public school, Shimal?
It's public school.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and I heard somebody say public school is free. So whereas that private school costs $40,000 a year, that's now she's working at a school that's free. Why do you think she sued the school? Why did she sue them? Do you know what sue means?
No.
Okay. So in the United States, if you think that somebody fired you for a bad reason or not a good reason, then you can do what we call sue. Sue them, we call it. And that means that you take them to court and you try to get something from them. So we see here, down here, in this last paragraph, this is what she wanted. So what did she want to get from the school?
She think I'm right.
Uh-huh. And
So
she wants...
She sued to school.
Yeah, she sued the school.
She wanted a compensation.
Yes.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
$120,000.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so compensation means some money, something that will pay for all of her, you could call it heartache, or her difficulties. She got fired from her job, so she lost her job, and then she had to find a new job, and so maybe she lost some money and that type of thing. So she wanted to be compensated, so that means make up. Whoops, I spelled it wrong in the verb. Stated. There you go. She wanted them to pay her 1 year's salary and benefits. What do you think are benefits to a job? One thing is your salary, and that's how much money you make. What are your benefits?
Benefits extra money for your work.
Yes, and it comes in the form of like health insurance, for example. Health insurance, they pay for your health insurance. Maybe they also give you some money for retirement, things like that. Okay. Does everybody understand the article? Do you have any questions about any words that you didn't understand or things that you want me to explain?
We get it.
Yeah, just the snipping.
Okay, where? Which one?
Sipping drink.
Sipping.
Red wine.
Sipping. So sipping, yeah, so sipping, I'm going to write it in the Google chat. Sipping just means to take a small drink. So if you have a glass in your hand, I'll show you, I got to be on the picture. All right, so you have a glass in your hand, and you have, say you have some wine in it or something. With wine, you usually sip. That means just do. It's like a real short drink. If you have like a soda or a glass of water, you might take a big gulp, which means you like that. Okay?
That's clear now.
Okay, good. So yeah, so sipping is just taking a little bit at a time. Yeah. Okay. Okay, good. All right. All right. So now we can have the conversation. And I'm going to go back here. So everybody understood. Okay, so what's your opinion? Tarik, do you have an opinion? Do you think that they should have fired her or not?
I agree with firing her.
You agree with it?
Yeah.
Okay, how come? Why?
In my opinion, or also my what I know, it's alcohol. It's not healthy for a person when he drink. Also, I think she had to not to let the girls drink because still they are underage or they are in 18 only.
Yeah.
They still not adult, and that's it.
Okay. All right. So, and Shamal, what do you think? Was that a good policy or not?
It's not good policy.
Tell me more.
Because alcohol is not bad for me and for us.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Okay. So you think that alcohol is okay, and do you think that because her parents or the girl's parents said it was okay, then it should be okay?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And Samir, how about you? What do you think?
I agree with their decision to fire the teacher because the parents give their permission to the trip for the trip, but
Yeah.
they didn't give their permission for drinking alcohol. When I let my child or my son go with in a trip for another country, you must follow the culture of the original country. You
Okay.
cannot go and get my son or child into new culture. I didn't give you that permission. I give you the permission to go for a trip.
Mm-hmm.
Just.
Okay. Well, I think
especially if there is a contrast between cultures.
Okay. So I think in the article, the way I understand the article is that the parents asked, they did give the teacher permission to let the girls have a little bit of red wine because they agreed with the teacher that it was part of the experience of being in France. But I think what you're saying is that if you were to send your children somewhere to another country, that you would want to make sure that they follow the rules and the laws of their home country, not the country that they're visiting.
If there is a contrast, if there is a difference between cultures, then they must have a separate permission for that.
Right. Okay. All right, Mustafa, have you been following the article at all? Do you know what we're talking about? Are you there? You just joined us, Mustafa. Okay. Check your microphone. It might be not working. Matt, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. What's your opinion?
I think they must punish her, because she bringing the law and they don't respect her culture, and the alcohol is not good for her.
For the teacher.
For the girl.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'm not sure I understand. Do you agree that they should have fired her, or they shouldn't have fired her?
She should fire her.
Okay. So you think that they should follow the laws of the United States, not of France, even if they're in France?
Yes.
Okay. Maha, how about you? What do you think?
Okay, I think that's dangerous for the girls, and I don't agree.
Okay. You think it's dangerous for the girls to drink wine when they're visiting France?
Yes.
Okay. Hussein, how about you?
I think this is policy because everything is a certain some age. Especially my country, people want to drink or eat want to time. I think this teacher not fired. That's all.
You think she shouldn't have been fired?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Ernesto, what about you? What do you think?
I think it was on purpose. She didn't. I think she didn't know about that rule.
Mm.
But you know, it's because they have they she should had to know
Yeah.
that students cannot drink any type of alcohol. So she before she can let the students drink alcohol, she should ask first, or I don't know, have information about it. And because now she was not then, because now she's in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah.
She should ask first, and then, because I don't see, I don't know, it's not that bad because they say that it's traditional and it was just a little bit of wine.
Yes, that's what it says. Yeah.
So, but they are students, so she should know rules about the students.
Yeah. And Anatoly, how about you? What do you think?
If I understood good or well article, the girls is 18 years old.
Yes.
So they are no kids, but they are old enough for drinking wine. So they have yourself opinion for drink or not. And I think it's not a fail from teacher, but it's a decision on girls. And if the teacher haven't got a problem with some another rules, I think she have and if she a good teacher is I think a better decision for fail here. Very she.
Yeah. Okay. So all right. So I think what you're saying is your opinion is at 18 years old they aren't children anymore, and they can make a decision if they're going to drink wine or not. And because it's okay in France, then it should be okay. Is that right or not?
It's okay in Europe. I don't know how it is in USA, but in Europe is okay, and I think it's not depends on parents, but on
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to say.
The person, when you're an adult, when you're considered
On
an
person.
adult.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're adult.
Yeah. So if you're an adult in your country, so
Yes.
that's an interesting thing, because actually in the United States, you are considered an adult at the age of 18, which means you can vote in like the elections for the president and stuff. So at 18, you are considered an adult. But in the United States, the drinking age, we call it the legal drinking age, is 21. So for example, if you go to a restaurant and you are only 18 or 19 or 20, even though you are considered an adult, you cannot be served alcohol legally. You you can get in trouble, and the people who gave you the alcohol can also get in trouble. So that's a problem.
So if I am an adult in Czech Republic, for example,
Yeah.
because I'm from, and
Okay.
I'm come like a tourist in USA, if I 20 years old, for example, I can't drink.
No, you can't.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
I'm 21 years old, so I am okay.
You're okay.
I have no problem with it.
Yes, that's right, and that's interesting because it sounds like if these girls would have been there by themselves, like with their parents, not on a school trip, then they could have had wine if they wanted to, because they are old enough to be in France, to be drinking in France. But because they were on a school-sponsored trip, that means the school is responsible for them. they have to follow the school rules, and the school has to follow the rules in the United States. So I think that was kind of the problem. And they fired her, which means because of that zero tolerance policy. If they did not have a zero tolerance policy, then maybe they could have just given her, they let her have 6 months off or something like that as a punishment, or maybe they would just do something else. But because that's a zero tolerance, that means you're gone. If you do this, you're gone. So even a student in that school, if they do something that breaks the rules, there's no second chances. So no second chances, you don't get to try again, you're just gone. That's what it means to have a zero tolerance. Okay? So,
But I think,
yeah?
sorry,
Go ahead.
but I think the girls too do not respect rules, and I think it's a problem too for girls, not only for teacher, because teacher have I think more works than just watch out on girls.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. However, I think the reality of that is that the girls they probably graduated, so they're no longer in the school anymore. You see? Because
Okay.
it was a trip that was like the end of their school year, so probably like their senior year. So they're not coming back anyways. So yeah, that's a good question. It doesn't tell us what happened to the girls, if anything happened. Just happened to the teacher. So yes, if the girls knew the rules, and even the parents who said it was okay. So I don't know. That'd be interesting to find out about what each person thought. Like, did the parents think that the teacher should be fired or not? Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so this kind of makes me think of different traditions and different cultural traditions. So this lady, this French lady, thought it was something important to drink a little bit of red wine with a meal because that's very traditional to do in France. France is very well known around the world for their wine, and drinking wine with dinner is a very common thing. So, Anatoly, you said you come from Czech Republic. Is there something that if I came to your country or some students came to your country that you would want to show them that is traditional for you to do in your country? What would that be?
I think everybody know what is traditional in Czech Republic. That is a beer, of course. So everybody tourist if come to Czech Republic, so they want to taste the famous Czech beer, and I think it's too. It's really great. So. Our tradition is not just old culture, but a very good beer and pretty nice girls.
Okay. And in your country, you said that you can drink if you're 18. Is that right?
Yeah, it's yeah, exactly.
Okay.
In Germany, with our neighbors, you can drink about 16, I think.
Yeah, I think some countries, yeah.
Because sometimes we do that, take a bus and ride to Germany for drink a beer, too legal.
Yeah. Okay. And Ernesto, how about you? If I came to your country, is there something that you would want to show me that's traditional?
Tradition. There are many things related to tradition. We have a big variety of food, alcohol. We have a traditional drink here. It's called pisco, and it's like vodka, but it's from here. It's from the south of Peru. They make that drink.
Okay.
So that's one of the famous drinks here. Is called pisco. We have beef also, but that's all.
Okay, great. Hussein, how about you? Is there something traditional that you would take some students to go see or to taste or try?
Sorry, teacher, I don't understand. Trey.
Okay, to try something new. So if I go to your country, is there something that you would show me, like, and you would let me try? So the French teacher wanted these girls to try a little bit of red wine with their meal, so that she wanted them to taste it. Is there something that is traditional in your country that people like to do, tourists, for example? Do you understand?
I understand. I don't understand, sorry.
Okay. If I come to your country, what will you show me?
I show you traditional lunch meal.
Okay. Uh-huh.
I have a lot of my country. I has a lot of traditional lunch. I don't remember drink, but I have a lot of lunch, and I have a lot of place. But for example, Turkish lokum. Do you know
What is it?
Turkish lokum? Turkish
No.
delight.
Oh, Turkish delight. What is it?
Most famous sweet.
Oh, okay. What is it made out of?
A lot of variant of a lot of lokum. A lot of variety. How can I say? I don't know. Variety.
What? Do you know how to spell it?
Bir dakika. Wait a minute.
Okay. Does anybody know what he's referring to? What kind of food?
A lot of kind.
A lot of kinds of food. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. All right, Maha, how about you? Maha? Maha? Where'd she go? Okay, Med, how about you? What would be something that you would show me if I come to your country?
From Tunisia, you can eat couscous. You know couscous?
Yes, I have eaten couscous, yeah.
But I like to say you about alcohol in Tunisia.
Okay.
The law don't accept Tunisian people take alcohol, but tourists they can. But this law is not. Tunisian can take alcohol. The law not realizable.
So how does that work then? There's alcohol maybe just where the tourists go, like the hotels and things, or
No, everywhere they can buy alcohol. There is a law, but no one respect
follows
them.
it. Okay. So there's a law, but nobody follows the law.
No one.
Oh, okay. Even if you're from Tunisia, you don't follow the law. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
I
yes.
see. Okay.
Tunisian people or Muslim.
Yeah.
The boy under 18.
The young boys. The teens.
18s, they can take alcohol.
Okay. I see. Mustafa, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
And what about in your country? You can answer. We've been talking about the whole idea of drinking alcohol. At what age? Do people drink alcohol where you live, or is it forbidden?
It is forbidden in Egypt.
In Egypt, okay.
Yeah.
And is it true though that people still drink it anyways, or no?
No, people can't drink anywhere.
Okay. So what would be something traditional in Egypt if I wanted to travel to Egypt? What would be something traditional to do, like food or something?
We have many things, traditional foods. something like ملوخية. You can
What?
I can't translate in English ملوخية. Do you know this name or listen for it?
No, what is it made of?
Paper grass, something like grass, vegetables.
Oh, vegetables. Okay.
Yeah, vegetables.
Okay.
We have many things, but I can't translate in English.
Yeah. Yeah, special names. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm going to finish up here with Samir, and then we have a couple more people. I want to give you guys a chance to answer. Samir, what about...
Okay.
Go ahead.
Before a few years, some friends for me from Germany came.
Yeah.
They, of course, in our culture, in Arab countries, we are related so much to the religion. In Arab countries, yes, they like to try fasting in Ramadan and participate in the breakfast at sun when sun goes,
sunset.
When sunset, yes, on sunset, they like to participate in the breakfast. They like to watch the praise in Ramadan also.
Yeah.
They liked also Syrian foods, like Syrian or Lebanon foods, like tabbouleh, which made of a lot of vegetables. Yes.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Okay. Great. Thank you. Shamal.
Can you repeat last question?
Yeah, sure. What would be traditional thing to show somebody in your country?
Okay, in my country, traditional thing is rakı. Do you know rakı?
No. What is it?
Rakı is Turkish alcohol.
Oh, okay.
We liken to lion milk.
Okay.
It's very strong drink.
Okay.
Very strong.
It's a strong drink. So in Turkey, you can drink alcohol.
Yes.
Okay. But Turkey is also a Muslim country, right?
Yes, Muslim country, but we are very we are very modern.
Okay. Good. All right. And Tarik, how about you? What would you say? In the
Okay, I'm saying that my country, because my country is Muslim country, Arabic country.
Yes.
It's forbidden, but as some over here said that it's allowed for tourists. For some people are want to drink, they can drink, but not in public. For example, there is some places, private places, and also government give them permission. They should take permission from government.
Okay.
And they can drink. But also our traditionals, if you would like to come, there is something we call it kat. It's tree. We chewing it, and you keep it in your mouth, and it will make you good feeling.
Okay.
The drink.
So that's an alternative to drinking, huh?
Yeah. Also,
okay.
There is also landmark and also all buildings. You can visit very nice places. You can and you can also use weapons. We can let you try shouting by weapons because we have a lot of weapons. And you can there is a lot of mountains. You can make a tour.
Yeah.
A lot of people are coming from outside to my country, especially my city.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna let Thank you. I'm gonna let Akhala answer quickly, and then we have to end this class, and I gotta start the next class. So Akhala, what would you say?
Yeah, of course, alcohol is forbidden in my country. It's
Yeah.
not a traditional thing. It's according to Islam, and we all have to obey this. But if you ever come to my country, you will find many cuisines, many traditional cuisines that that are so interesting for you. For example, here we cook meat in a special way that